you heard about the T5 project, right? The new airport that is being built at Changi. So actually, there are different teams that are from all over the world is actually doing the design. There are also firms within Singapore is actually doing the design locally here as well. So for them, collaboration is a very big challenge because once you're actually using a central file in Revit, you have to share it amongst other groups, right? And whenever you have a bigger group that is actually intended to do the design for the retail, another team for structural, another team for architectural facade, another team for landscape. So in the scope of those kind of projects, collaboration is very important. So by using these tools, it enables them to collaborate on a single platform. So that whenever another person updates their design, the rest can see the updates very easily. So that is why collaboration is a big challenge, especially for big projects. So with BIM 360, whenever you upload something in Revit, the rest of the stakeholders, for example, if I am a manager or let's say I am the client who needs to view the designs but I don't have Revit, you can actually open up your design files directly in BIM 360. So you don't even have to install Revit for those who needs to view files. Right? So if you might have known Revit as a viewer that comes along, but it is a desktop application. And you need to have a big machine in order to support that application. So with BIM 360, what we're doing is that we're trying to democratize the use of technology, especially desktop applications. So whenever you upload files in BIM 360, it is something that has to be viewed on a mobile device or a tablet. So these are the different personas that are actually involved during the design process. So the builder or the main contractor or the general contractor comes in after the design has been completed, right? So we talk about level of detail, right? So from LOD 100 to LOD 500, right? So usually after coordination phase, which is around LOD 300, they need to start handing it over to the contractor who needs to finalize or complete the designs. So whenever you have your builder here, all the information can be added in by the builder. If let's say if the model has been shared with them, and from there they can do workflows, like for example issues, or for example if there's any markups that they have to draw. So instead of doing it on a piece of paper, we do it in Visual 60. So this is also very useful because for clients. So when clients actually opens up the Revit models, they don't need to actually use Revit per se. They can actually just use their mobile devices, their mobile phones, or even their tablets just to open Revit files in BIM 360. So there is also, if you're using an Android OS device or an iPhone, you can actually download the BIM 360 app as well. So if let's say you have uploaded or updated your designs in Revit, you can just tell the person, hey, I already updated, you can check through your phone. Even the guys on, let's say when he's traveling or he's in the train, right? Or even when he's underground, there's no internet connection, you can download the file first, and then you can open up your phone. So you can do that with BIM 360. So I've shown the workflow to you previously on how to update your models in Revit. So I just want to walk you through again on how it's being done. So if you notice that in BIM 360 we have this function called the publish settings. So whenever you click the publish settings, you can define what type of views that you want to expose in BIM 360. So when you publish that in BIM 360, not all of the views that you have in your Revit project will be actually accessed on the web browser. So using this platform enables you to actually select what type of views or what type of sheets that can be exposed in the web browser. So once you have done that, so we'll talk about the design collaboration. So with the design collaboration, you can start sharing information directly from 360. So you can choose sharing a package to a group of users, and then the rest of the teams can actually select what type of content that they want to watch. Right? Okay. So again, in order for you to get started in BIM 360, you need to sign up sign up for the trial. It is a 30-day period that you can actually test out, and then you can start using it for collaboration with any projects that you may have. So this is more of technical information in nature. This is how the data flows from BIM 360 from our cloud data center and goes to BIM 360. So first, whenever you have a Revit project, basically we have this function called where we initiate your cloud collaboration. So the design files that goes from Revit, it goes to two stages of cloud location. So first, it goes to the Revit cloud web sharing, where all the versions are being stored, and then when it is published, it goes to BIM 360. So the personal accelerator for Revit, or we call it as the PAC. So before it is a plugin that you have to install if you're using Revit, all the versions of Revit from Revit 2015 and 2016. Starting from Revit 2017 onwards, it's already comes with the application. And what happens is that whenever you open up a file in Revit, so basically the first intent is to download those files. So like what I've shown you initially. So whenever I save the files, it does the initial upload, right? And whenever I need to download something, it does the full download. And whenever you make updates in your Revit files, it tries to identify what are the changes that are being done on the model, and then it only updates the deltas. So meaning, for certain countries that doesn't have proper internet connectivity, this is very useful because if let's say if I'm working on a 500 megabyte Revit file, and the changes that I've done is just very minimal, it only uploads those deltas for you. It doesn't need to upload the entire 500 megabyte over, right? So, so the workflow here is that whenever you want to publish your latest set of drawings, so for example, if I'm going to save that in BIM 360, what you need to do is that whenever I have this Revit file, so like what we have done just now, right? So I have actually, let's say that, let's just update this. So let's just say this is the size of the model. And whenever I synchronize with Central, so all I have to do is to hit that button, right? Update this under my Central file, and then, okay, so what I can do here is I can add comments, right? So added Revit link. For example, so what I can do here is that I can click OK, save this. So as you can see, this file, whenever it saves to Central, so as you can see here, it only tries and updates the deltas only. So this is pretty useful, especially when you're working on large projects, because whenever you're making minor changes on the design, you can easily see the updates pretty easily, and it uploads pretty fast. Right? So when back into my PowerPoint slide here, as you can see here, we need to do a manual publish, right? So when you need to do a manual publish in BIM 360, whenever we're back here in our Revit application, when you go here to your Manage Cloud Models, so first we'll talk about the publish settings. So now under Manage Cloud Models, you can see which files that you want to publish back into BIM 360 so that it can be viewed on the web browser. So what we're doing right now is that whenever you're collaborating directly on Revit, it only stays with the Revit application. Other people cannot see this file. So in the event that you want to share this to other stakeholders that doesn't have a Revit application, so what we can do here is that I can just simply hit this button, Publish Latest. So now this file will be readily available on the mobile device. So all I have to do here is to click this Publish button. And then once we hit that Publish button, you can actually start seeing the updates directly on the web browser. So first question is, initially when we talk about the design collaboration module, right, we see the models over here. But whenever we made some updates, we won't see it anymore unless we do that manual publish in Revit.
So as you can see, whenever we hit this, whenever we save this file in Revit, it gets an automatic publish directly in BIM 360. That's why we see it in the web browser just now. So now when we made certain updates in our Revit file, as you can see here, we need to do that manual publish in Revit. So if, let's say, if you're thinking about starting to use BIM 360 for some of your projects, you just need to be aware of these workflows that I've been showing you just now. So over here in Revit, for us to see that if it is already published, there'll be a green checkbox, a green check mark that it says that this is updated already, right? So this one will represent that. And then you will see that the latest version is already been uploaded. So when we go back to BIM 360, so in my web browser here, what I can do is that whenever I went to the project folder where it's being stored at, I can see all the versions that was shared with me in BIM 360. So if you've used Windows Explorer before, or so basically the folder structure is very similar to Windows as well. So from here, if I open up my SP model, as you can see here, we can see all the versions whenever I save that file in BIM 360. So as I mentioned, right, whenever you upload a file in before without BIM 360, you have to manage your local files as version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, and so on. So what you can do in BIM 360, you can just keep on saving it in Revit, and basically BIM 360 will automatically manage the versioning for you. So which is a pretty nifty tool, because especially whenever you're an architect and let's say you have tons of versions that you have saved with your Revit files, it is quite difficult to actually manage. So from here, if I need to open up that file, all I have to do is to click that that link over there. So as you can see, people can start seeing their Revit models directly in the web browser. So this is where BIM 360 is pretty useful, because now even I don't have Revit application, I can actually always open up the model whenever I'm actually, let's say when I'm on the plane traveling, or for example, if I'm in a different meeting room that I don't have a Revit application in my laptop. So I can just open up the file directly through my web browser.
So over here, so that is the typical workflow on how you can use BIM 360. So first is you can just use it directly on Revit, and then you can just keep on saving your files, instrumenting your design files, and then you use the web browser to share information to other stakeholders. So the different personas that we have in BIM 360, so all of the work in progress is stored in BIM 360. So every time that you need to update someone, you can always create that package and go through workflow, right? So whenever I created a package, I can share it to another person. So all of those information, whether it's be as a Revit file or as a DWG file, or let's say if it is an IFC, PDF files, all of this information, right, can be stored directly in 360. So teams that are using Revit can actually upload that, update it directly from the Revit application. So for non-Revit users, they can do it directly on the web browsers. So you can do it on your web browser, you can do it on your mobile device, so you can update your files even though you don't have the Revit application. So whenever you're inside BIM 360, you are actually inside a common data environment where everyone in the project is in one platform. All the communication is stored in one place. Remember, we talked about the different types of collaboration platforms that most architects use nowadays, right? They use emails, they use SharePoint, they use Dropbox, they use network drives to store all of their design files. But with BIM 360, it is all in one place, right? So this is where the power of BIM 360 comes in. Because BIM 360, if you ask me, it is very similar to Dropbox in nature. It's like a cloud storage device. But the power of BIM 360 360 is, once you start a file in BIM 360, you can use all the collaboration workflows with that Revit file that you have created. So meaning all the downstream operations, be like creating comments or creating, let's say, checklists for your designs, you can actually do it directly in one platform. So for BIM 360, as I mentioned to you guys right now, right? So we're trying to influence the industry where you don't have to print out that piece of drawing, right? So let's say if you created a floor plan, you don't have to print that anymore, right? So I spoke to a company where they save about $156,000 US just on paper alone, right? So imagine big firms like those that I mentioned just now, right, can actually save a lot of money in terms of like printing drawings. So why do they need to print in the first place? Right? So why they need to print it is because they want to actually draw on that piece of paper. They want to mark up, right? They love marking up on a piece of drawing. So that's why you need to print that out. But here with BIM 360, what we're providing with our customers right now is that to provide them a piece of platform where all the comments from everyone can actually store in one place, right? So right now, if let's say if you ask me to print a piece of drawing, maybe several people will print that piece of drawing, and they can start annotating and commenting it. So once you actually combine them all together, so how do you do that? So it's typically it's very difficult to actually combine all the comments together if you make those drawings all in one place, in different places. So this is where BIM 360 comes in. So with BIM 360, first of all, you don't have to print it. Second is that you don't have to invest on server infrastructure because everything is stored in the cloud. And then what you can do with it is that you can actually create markups and